Hey guys, Taylem here, and here we are overlooking Riverwood, and what you see before you is the vanilla textures for the game. I have not installed any enhanced textures at all, no plants, nothing. You're only seeing the EMB and the lighting mods that I have installed for the exteriors, and as you can see, it looks a lot more vibrant and alive and colorful than vanilla, which looks like this. As you can see, it's a bit more drab, a lot duller. I mean, some people like that. I mean, it does look very cold, but I think in a world where nature is healthy, there's fresh air everywhere, even though it's cold, it should have life to it. Now, some people may disagree with me, but for me, for my taste, I like this. It doesn't look too overly saturated, too unrealistic, and so I think it's a keeper. Now what I want you to do is just look at Riverwood, look how nice it is, and let's take a trot down to the water and just take a look at the plants and the wall, the wood, and the signposts, and all that good stuff. Now if we get close, you can see the textures start to fuzz out a bit, but let's take a look at the water, how it flows like a giant stream of saliva. But now, let's take a look at the game as it appears with my enhanced textures installed, as well as the water mod. Hey guys, Taylem here. Here we are back in the game. Now, one thing I want to point out is that my distance textures you see in the background, you see that line of trees, the LODs, they are not installed yet. So I haven't generated that file yet, so ignore the far distance. But what I want you to look at is everything up close. Now compare this to what you saw earlier, and tell me that this does not look phenomenal. Let's go ahead and get a close up here on the rocks, and jump down.
What is it, woman?
Look at the buildings, and the grass, and the fences. I love this mod that makes the fences not flicker so much because it changes the strands from being predominantly horizontal to vertical, which helps a lot of the flickering one gets. As you can see, it looks just fantastic. Let's go over here. Take a look at the water. Looks very nice. Very exciting. Now, I have not done the characters or the creatures yet, but the sky, the trees, the plants, everything in the environment otherwise is complete. As you can see, it looks just beautiful. I am very happy with this. Definitely do not have anything negative to say about this setup.
Dragon.
Yes,
I saw a dragon.
you saw a dragon.
What? What is it now, Mother?
Just hop up
It was
here.
as big as the
Let's
mountain
go down
above.
to the other side of Riverwood, to the bridge, and take a little peek. As you see, the trees are popping in. Again, I have not done the LODs yet. Haven't generated the file. All of that, ignore. But it just is phenomenal. A little mud crab there. Yeah. Looks beautiful, guys. Absolutely, in every way, fantastic. It's been around. A little bit of a look. Now, if this setup is just hurting your computer too much, there are some changes you can do, but realistically, with modern day equipment, you shouldn't have to do that many. You could always try a lower resolution of the selected textures. Choose 1K versus 2K and 2K versus 4K. Well, guys, turns out I'm a little bit of a schmo. Now, normally with my weather mods, I am used to the climates of Tamriel. It's the ones I've always used. But then I discovered Vivid Weathers. It's newer, it's more updated, and overall it's superior to the climates of Tamriel. So I switched over to that mod, but I didn't even click my brain to change the EMB. So In the earlier section of the video, when you saw what the game now looks like with the newer textures in the EMB, you will notice that the EMB looks a little overly saturated. At the time, I was just used to that in my brain, but then going back and looking, I was all, something quite is off with what's going on here. So I went and I put in the proper EMB lighting and whatnot, and that is what you're looking at right now. If you look at it, it is vibrant, it's more alive, but it feels even colder. It's not as saturated, and it is beautiful. So if I toggle over here to the vanilla, as with the other one, you will see that this is what the vanilla looks like. But if I switch it back, put the overlay back on, bam, it just looks better, but it doesn't have that sort of odd glow that was existing with the other presentation of the EMB. So that was my bad in the end of it. But I'm just glad I went back and I caught that right away. It's because also Skyrim Revisited normally used the Climates of Tamriel mod. But when I went back to do this series, I just assumed it was still there. And so I based the entire series up to this point on the Climates of Tamriel. So that is what I get for not perusing all the changes and just assuming I know everything. So, but we're all caught up. Everything's corrected. But this is what you're looking at, is what the end result of your game should look like with the Vivid Weathers mod. And I am completely impressed. In fact, I am excited. This looks so much better than what I originally had, and I hope all of you agree with me. I promise I won't let this happen again. Alright guys, this is Taylem, and I will see you in the next video. God, I'm a doofus sometimes.